Tony's story of high school hijinks is one that's very dear to his heart. It's lighthearted, humorous. It's a story of friends coming together to try and make a name for themselves, even if they have to bend the rules a little bit. But Sunday evening, something changed, because Tony's hometown, which is where his story is set, is Las Vegas, the setting of his story. And he was devastated by and so, of course, were we all, by the evil actions of a lone shooter who took the lives of 58 people and wounded hundreds more. So Tony thought about changing his story, and he also thought about just dropping out. And ultimately decided that the man who took so much from us last Sunday night would not take this away as well. So tonight, his story is about trying to make a name for himself. It's done in memory of all of those whose names will never be forgotten. So let's welcome Tony.
A cool breeze provided the perfect complement to the sights and the sounds of the city below. We rested our arms upon the wall, and as we gazed across the seemingly endless desert landscape, nobody said a word. But we all knew, tonight, we would make history. You see, it was a few years earlier that my best friends and I had illegally stumbled upon access to the rooftop of the New York Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The roof was covered in gravel. About a 3-foot wall outlined the perimeter, and other than a few electrical boxes and AC units, it was wide open. We spent hours on that rooftop. The electricity of the city below and the serenity of the space above created this sacred space that we swore an oath that we would never share with anyone. But now we were in college, on all corners of the map, and so we figured a 6-month high school reunion would be the perfect way to unveil this place to the rest of the world. We had packed everything that we needed to ensure the greatest party in Vegas history into 2 suitcases on rollers. We had a battery-powered boombox. We spared no expense on gourmet refreshments. Sandwich cookies, the generic kind where one side's vanilla, one side's chocolate. We had cookie wafers, again, the generic variety pack with chocolate, vanilla, whatever that pink flavor is. We had paper plates, we had napkins, we had Dixie cups, and we had Lariat. Dr. Lariat is the Albertsons knockoff brand of Dr. Pepper. Can only be found in Albertsons grocery stores, and it doesn't come in a 1-liter bottle. It doesn't come in a 2-liter bottle. It can only be found in a 3-liter bottle of glorious soda refreshment. 3 liters for 69 cents. We bought 2. We stood on that rooftop like the Rat Pack. We were ready to write our names in the history books of our city. Frank Sinatra, Jerry Tarkanian, Wayne Newton, Siegfried and Roy, names synonymous with Vegas greatness, all left their mark on that sleepy little town out west. And we wanted to join that list. Mount Rushmore in neon lights. Everything was set as the first of the friends that we hadn't seen in months came into our sacred space with looks of wonderment and amazement in their eyes. The party was going better than we ever could have hoped. The sounds of tourists and taxis created a harmonious melody with the sounds of laughter and music from the roof above. My high school crush asked me if I wanted to dance. I pulled her close to me, her eyes twinkling in the neon lights. Old Blue Eyes serenaded us from the boombox, and for that moment in time, I felt like I was on top of the world. All the cares of life slipped away as my hand slipped down her back. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. I've got that string around my... Freeze! The door to the rooftop burst open, and officers fully outfitted in riot gear came onto the scene. It must have been the entire Las Vegas SWAT team that burst through that door. A helicopter arose from the side, sending gravel reeling through the air as more and more officers repelled onto the roof below. The rooftop was sent into a state of pandemonium. I tried to assess the situation as best as I could, but then I saw a horrific sight out of the corner of my eye. An officer raised his nightstick high above his head and brought it down with a thundering jolt onto the refreshment table below. "Not the Lariat!" is all that I could scream as I watched a 3/4 full bottle sail through the air and over the edge, pouring its liquid heaven onto the strip below. I regained my composure, slid behind an AC unit into the clutches of my friends who were looking to me for answers with looks of fear in their eyes. Just as I was about to give a speech that I was sure would inspire the cause of freedom in all of us, a canister of tear gas came by. Every man for themselves is all that I could shout as I hastily planned my escape. I ran from behind the AC unit and I saw my chance. The door to the hallway had been propped open. I could see the flickering fluorescent lights of freedom right beyond my view. I sprinted across the hallway, crashed through the door, stumbled into the blinding lights of the hallway and into an elevator, where I patiently waited as we made our way down to the lobby below. The doors opened. I flipped my collar and calmly blended into the crowd of tourists who were gazing and pointing at the roof above. With all of the commotion, I don't think that many noticed the steady stream of cola trickling down the side. I laid my arms on the railing by the Statue of Liberty and watched as her waters turned the frenzy into a typical desert night. One by one, my friends joined me, each nodding their head in disbelief at what had just occurred. No one said a word as Lady Liberty towered over us. We wouldn't make history that night. No one would know our names. But we were all together. We were home. This past week, my home was hit with unspeakable tragedy. And yet already, the city is speaking the stories of those lives that were lost, those lives that were saved, and the heroes whose names truly will go down in history. Thank you.